What's up, everybody? Let's see. Mic is turned on. Sound check, please. Do I sound all right? Hopefully, I sound okay. Give me a sound check in the chat over there, yeah, or wherever it is. I hope it's okay. So, welcome back to the Quantum Show panel discussion time. I got Tim coming in the front door with me. What's up, Tim?
Howdy, howdy.
How was the first hour?
It was good.
Okay.
It was muted considering what's going on in the world. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about paranormal things, and I even took the war out of my name for tonight, just for those who want to, not think about it.
Right. Yeah. Because this is not. It's something I like to think about. It's the word would be multifaceted, but that's not the word I want to concentrate on. The word I want to concentrate on is frostback Syropeans. I couldn't believe when I heard that.
Or quantum. Quantum is good.
Quantum is good, but frostback Syropeans was like, what?
Our token Canadian wasn't even offended.
Right. He was like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't ignore something staring you in the face, because then people think, oh well, he's not up to it. He can't talk about that. So
yeah, I didn't want anyone to think that I was afraid of anything, so that's why I'm here. I mean, I get the same funny feeling in the pit of my stomach that everyone has tonight, and I agree with what you said in the first hour. All you can do is wait. It's a hurry up and wait game.
Yeah, we can't control it. I mean, these people are going to do what they want.
Yeah.
And I heard it said by some other show, our governments have gone rogue. Don't hold it against us, because our governments have gone rogue. All governments, all of them, they're all. I think the reason all this is so muddled in the public is because nobody really knows what to do about it. They don't. I half the stuff I can't comprehend, because I'm like, why would that? That makes no logical sense. This makes no logistic sense. This makes no common sense.
Yeah.
And yet they still do stuff like this, And that's all.
So I had an interesting thing happen to me this week I wanted to bring up. If it's not related to anything else going on, I'm kind of being stalked by an AI.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Some AI out there. I don't want to say the username or anything, because I don't want to encourage it. But this AI made some very, very targeted advances at the DJ Wardove account, and I'm like, beware out there. Like, what seems like a real person can sometimes be an AI.
Okay, but targeted comments?
Yes, targeted comments. That's I too have a filter, and it's a great filter, but I sometimes check it, and the back end of the filter, a username just kept showing up continuously from different places, and it was a very, very strange event, and it kept describing me, but in a very robotic way. Like it was from the military, I've learned that the loose lips sink ships. You don't give you don't give movements. You don't tell how many people are sleeping in a location type of questions.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
Right.
I feel like this happened like right before the other event, so I don't know if it was like a surge from a Chinese AI or something. It was very, very strange. But
Do you still have access to these comments?
some of them, yes.
Here's what I would do. Okay. Now this is just for this is for documentation purposes, right? Now you have the pertinent information already. You don't need to, but
Hmm.
I would screenshot it and blank out the username and just make screenshots and save
Yeah.
them. But blank out the username, like in Paint or something, and that
Oh.
that would be an interesting thing to look at. I mean, if somebody was doing that to me, I would totally do it, and I would troll the shit out of them on here. I would. I would be like, "Look at what this crazy robot's doing. I don't know
Yeah.
where it's coming from, but look at this." And names blanked out, but it's got all the
Yeah.
the dialogue, whatever.
Yeah. Use VPNs, change your passwords, all that usual stuff, people,
Yeah.
but also question people that come into your existence suddenly, just as, you know.
Yeah. Sorry, start yawning right at the beginning of the panel, dude. I've had a long day.
Yeah, I'm powered by coffee too.
Yeah. I threw some mushrooms in there. We'll see what if it helps.
So Rachel says hello, Nathan and Tim. Renee says hello, Nathan and Tim. Aussie says good day, everybody. Sarah says love you, Tim. Uh, we can ignore that Scream Engine guy. He's kind of crazy. Uh, uh,
our local frostback Syruppian.
right. Operation Shutdown's here.
Hey,
Uh,
Operation Shutdown. I didn't see you come in. Sorry, dude.
that's cool.
Oh, Scream is listening and lurking. Shutdown's here because he's quantum. Heck
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, had you seen Smug Puppy and their videos, the ghost videos?
Not until you showed them. That's why I was like, I say things more off the cuff with less reserve than I do when I'm like here on a recording, when I'm in chat on the side. And I was like saying that I think he's taking the piss out of you. But now that you say that he seems like a nice guy, I don't know. I really don't know. I want to go and examine it more because the format is damn interesting anyway.
You're right. I saw your comments and I did my best to. I was doing the first hour. I don't really look at the comments, dude. I did the it jumped out at me. I have seen him, and okay, and you know what? There is no progression to better tech other
Yeah.
than he gets a thermal camera or he gets a night vision or he gets a thing on a tripod. Stuff. It's not like he has he got a new version of Adobe Premiere, to make better
Mm.
fake videos. It
Yeah.
it I've watched him from the beginning that I can tell, right? And it's been I think something like 5 years, 6 years that he's been posting that stuff, and
Yeah.
he's got the gamut of videos, dude. Possessions, things being thrown. Oh man, doppelgangers,
Oh,
things
that's dope.
being reacted to that aren't in the picture, and
Yeah.
the environment. Like you see this float across a room, and you swear it's green screen. Okay, you'd swear it's green screen, but then these guys don't seem very technically savvy. Okay,
Mhm.
they don't look like they don't seem to be like you and I. We can figure out a green screen given give us a few minutes, and we'll figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
All the special effects in our environments, we can figure it out. They don't seem to be those guys. They don't
Yeah.
seem to be the kind that understand how to fake stuff. Like I don't even know how to fake stuff. Okay, any anomalies on screen are not mine. Okay, they're random.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these guys they don't seem to be. Uh, there was this one video they were doing. I think they do silly stuff like Ouija boards. Okay, they had a Ouija board. I think it was a Ouija board, and they had an EMF detector over here, and they had two cameras facing each other. They're sitting on at a table, and they're facing each other, and they had two cameras, one on the other, both next to the other, right? And they were bringing forth whatever, and their faces changed, almost like a filter, but it didn't snap into place.
Hmm.
I showed Raven one, and she was like, "That is so fake." I'm like, and it looks fake, but then I don't think it was.
Hmm.
I, it's really hard. I'm 50-50 on him. And he's gone into an interview. He says, I don't care if you believe it. This is my life. And I'm just recording it and putting it out there. So that made me think, wait a minute, is this guy for real? Because he does not seem like a tech person at all. Okay.
But it
He's
could be the character too. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
right.
He could also be playing a character, Sacha Baron Cohen type of character,
Right. Right.
where he's like the guy who's always getting possessed or seeing the ghost. Excuse me, something big just drove by. um, and yeah, he, but I don't know. He's at the same time he seems like a sincere guy. You say
I
6
want,
years.
yeah.
I want to go back and like see his early movies now.
They're all shorts, dude. They're all
Yeah,
shorts. And well, the long ones are just shorts put together, right? Like there was this one where a camera this I think it was last year or 2 years ago, a camera went down a portal. It just disappeared off a shelf and
yeah.
it had 11 minutes of sounds from hell, right?
What?
It
I
was
know.
and I got the headphones on, not these headphones, the other ones, right?
Yeah,
They weren't so good. I should go back to and re-listen. But I got the headphones on and I didn't hear sounds from hell.
right.
I heard random noise and it sounded like if I was to describe it, it sounded like a microphone being put through a vacuum hose that was like on below the lowest setting.
Yeah,
Not a loud whooshing, but a soft whooshing, and there was some random of like the hose being moved around and the
yeah,
microphone going through it. But they showed the camera like wobbling, and then boop, down into nothing. And in the other room, and they're like, "Where is it?" They grab another camera. They got like a bunch of GoPros or something, or
yeah.
ring cams, and they're grabbing and they're looking around, and there's a flash of light, and they go, "Oh my god!" And the camera plops down on the bed, and the guy goes in, "Oh, it's still recording! It's still recording! Let's see what's on it!" And they both bust out laughing, right?
Huh.
Because apparently the stuff happens so often.
Huh.
The Doom chair. You saw the Doom chair, right?
Yeah, where like six people were holding them. That was the
Yeah,
one that looked the most like animation to me. It looked like something that Disney would do, like
I
Walt
agree.
Disney, not like
Not now.
Disney now.
Right now.
Disney now, it would look like freaking AI but better.
Right, right. Right, I know, like the old school animated, uh,
Yes,
was it
like
Snow
the
White?
cellophane. Yeah, yeah, where they put the sheets of transparency between each layer. Nice.
Prospect European is in attention, sir. That's
Oh,
gonna make the cards, y'all. Bro, Scream Engine, you're on there now, bro. You're in there now.
nice. He's so funny.
um, but okay. Anyway, Smug Puppies videos, and there are others, right? There are earlier ones that there was this one. Now they live in a tiny little apartment. It's pretty cramped. You can see how kind of cluttered things are, right? And they go through. There's a back door that's in the a long and narrow kitchen, and at the end of the long and narrow kitchen is like a little place for cans and supplies, and then a bathroom back there. You could see the guy. He's talking to somebody, and there's a pack of meat that's set. It just kind of sets down. I'm having a hard time remembering it, and there's a pack of meat on there, and he tells her, "Why don't you go and get some more?" and or something. And he's like getting out of her way as he scoots back, and you see something flutter the front of his shirt as somebody seems to pass by him, and the door opens and closes. It is. It looks fake. Okay, it looks super fake, but then there's, like I said, there's no tech progression from the beginning to now. It's not as if he got a better program. He might get different cameras, but that's it. He just adds cameras, and it's all what you saw. It's like all raw, and I love it. I'm there for it. So when you do go look at his stuff, definitely look at it. And it's, if nothing else, it's really, some of them are really funny. Some of them are really scary, but not all of them are bad. Yeah. Um, I can see how you mean that, dude. Move to Cuba to swim to Florida. We would need a whole new name for that kind of Prospects European. I don't even know what it would be. Ooh. Riley is being demanded. Oh my gosh. Okay, Riley. I will, during the coffee break, I will let Riley take over. She'll come in, and you know what she has learned to do? She I do treats, of course. I do treats. And I give her, typically I give her two at a time. One, here's one, here, you get finished with it, and because they're kind of, big bacon things, right?
Yeah.
And I give her one, and while she's using it, I get the other one out and I set it near the edge of the counter, and I caught her. She's this giant dog, okay? And I got her sneaking up the other treat off the counter, and I see her going back. I'm like, "What did you do, you big sneaky thing? You sneaky bear dog."
Yeah. My dog has sneaky mode too. I put her in sneaky mode so that she goes and she can like hunt squirrels and varmints and things like that. I'm like, get sneaky, and she puts her ears back, and it's cute.
Oh, get sneaky, and she knows it.
Yeah.
It's cool. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, she'll be here in a little while, at like as requested at coffee break.
yeah.
Raven has a link. I don't know. She might be busy. And oh well. Raven, if you show up, we're here. Try not to show up in the last 10 minutes.
Get any more links? I know a guy. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Bad jokes. Bad jokes.
Yeah. Well, dude, I put a video card in the computer. This thing is running so. It's like a whole different machine, dude. I swear.
Yeah.
I was using VGA, right? That
Hmm.
sounds so antiquated now,
Hmm.
but it's it still works. I was using VGA, and I cannot believe the difference between VGA and HDMI. Whole, uh, it, wow! I mean, it's like and it's so much smoother. Dedicated
Yeah.
processor, right? Um, Actually, did I mention this a few shows ago? Copilot directed me to this as an appropriate upgrade, and he
Nice.
was right. This is it. It's a NVIDIA Quattro something or other, right? Let me. I'll bring it up. Um, and it's not low profile or nothing, but it's full size card, and yeah, it barely fit, right?
Yeah.
But it did fit. It did fit.
Nice.
And I'm not gonna say it was cheap, but this is. Let me show y'all. This is what the kind of stuff the coffee goes for, because this is gonna improve the show, right? It's this one, Quattro P2000, 5 GB. Does not sound like a lot, especially since this thing has 32 gigs on it. However, it has its own processor,
Mhm.
so it's got its own processor, its own RAM. And remember when 1 gig in a computer was awesome? This is one computer with 5 gigs, and it does only pictures, only graphics.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. That's the one that came to me, right? And it had this. If you look, the that is not HDMI. That is what's called DisplayPort, and I
Oh.
didn't really realize it at the time.
Mhm.
So I had to run to the store and get an adapter. It is electrically the same, right?
Okay.
But it has there's a few features that I'm not going to be using, like I forget what some of them are. Nothing HDMI can't do, but it's just some gimmicky stuff. But it's that size, so that's
Mm.
cool. It went right in. It fired right. It ran both until I did a reboot and it defaulted to this one, P2000. I don't even know. Yeah, it's in. It's working. I love it. It made this
Nice.
computer so much better.
You have multiple monitors, right?
I do not.
Ah,
I have
I couldn't
one.
remember.
I had at one time two
Mhm.
monitors. I want two monitors again, dude. Oh, so
Yeah.
bad. I have two. I have a dual monitor workstation at work.
I
It
have
makes, huh?
for my workflow. I have a TV out. Well, HDMI out to a TV that I put some lower resolution windows in to keep the workload off of the main screen where I have the higher resolution type of things like this show running.
Okay.
It's yeah, I got a nerdy setup too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh man, I wish I had my giant L-shaped desk again. It was so horrible, but it was so damn bulletproof. I got
Mhm.
a I got a or a 4x8 piece of half-inch plywood,
Mhm.
and I got a bunch of shelves and bookcases, shoved it up underneath it, and made a desktop. And about a year after that, I made a second level. And then a year after that, I made a third level. I was like, oh
Mm.
my God, I have an executive trash desk.
Mm.
It
Nice.
was so awesome. I even had like printer thing down here. I had
Mm.
3D printer up here. I had a a what is it? Tertiary,
Right.
tertiary here on the Quantum Show monitor up here, and had dual monitors down here. This one I didn't even have to use. I could turn it on and off. I don't even remember what kind of multi out video card I had, but it was all VGA. At the time, it was awesome, and no flat screens. Oh no, no flat screens. I had two big CRTs and one little CRT. It was like 90s dream computer, dude. And I had a
Nice.
tall tower with all the lights, and I could like I put everything into sleep mode or just turn the lights off, right? When I leave the room, it looked like it's an evil supercomputer in the dark with like you know how a CRT used to have that residual glow after you
Yeah.
turn it off. It kept it for a long time, and it looked like a half open eye watching over the rest of the room with all these little lights blinking slowly. It was
Yeah.
I loved it.
I had one old CRT monitor that used to be inside an ATM machine
Oh,
that I got recycled, and it had like permanently burnt in a little deposit area.
yeah. I've seen some of those be used and upcycled, built into people's projects. It's so funny to see that. And
Yeah.
I still would like to do that. Dude, I see some of these Facebook Marketplace vintage computer things. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
though I had that. I had that. I always wanted one of those, and now I'm like, "Mm,
Yeah.
no,
There,
no.
there's some things that I've been into, like I've been into. Hey, Unknown just walked in, and John No Memes came in just a few minutes ago, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not
Uh,
ignoring anybody. We're just trying to get some ideas done across the
yeah.
two of us. You know,
Right. What was I saying?
you had some
Oh.
stuff that you were into,
Oh, not important.
but yeah, the old computers are beckoning me back, y'all. And have y'all seen the
Yes,
Commodore 64 Ultimate that got released recently?
I have.
Oh, I've got to show everybody. This is it's uh it's fun, it's usable, but it is definitely not like super modern.
Mhm.
Here's just some pictures, okay? I'm just gonna go over these pictures and show, and we'll open a couple of them. This is a re-release of the original. Well, this is an FPGA field programmable gate array, so it's not an original computer, but it is completely compatible with most of the things that you would do with a Commodore. Okay,
Right.
you've got the tape drive, you've got the weird serial ports, the video port, and here is. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Okay, you see what it looks like. And let's see here. I'll just go through some pictures. Can
So
y'all see
beautiful.
them okay?
I can see them. It's
Okay.
beautiful.
I like it. I want one. And it's on
Yeah.
par with an old Commodore setup if you were to buy one. But it's completely USB and modernized as far as connections go, right? There's a clear version they call it the Starlight. It goes on about the styling. That was a big thing for them, the styling. Here's a little exploded view of what it looks like. That's a lot what the original looks like. It's a lot less populated motherboard.
Right. I
See,
wonder if it still has the same sound chip that they had, because that's what I it they're really big deal in chip bending communities.
right. You see those two empty slots?
Yeah.
That's where the SID chips go.
Oh, nice.
They do not have the original SIDs, but you can up.
And put them in.
It's got a slot for a through pin. It's ready to go. You drop them in, you clamp them down, and they just run. Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have it right at factory. but you can hunt them down, and you can install them yourself. And these are all the ports on back. You see, you got. Let me go. I know it's hard to see. Let me go from right to where the Commodore logo is across the back of the computer. You've got what looks like USB Ethernet, HDMI user port, which is the same user port as before. You have the serial port, a monitor port for original monitor, and I believe it's no longer RF. I think it's a reset button, and I don't know what that would be, but this is also a cartridge port, so you can run OG cartridges. So
Take that.
that's pretty cool, and it's okay. 349, right?
Yeah.
That's what you pay for a regular Commodore computer.
Yeah.
But you can get this on the internet. It has its own now operating system. I've looked at it. I've looked at this a lot because man, I just was like fawning over and shit, right? Honestly, because I'm like, oh,
No, I
what?
get you. I remember programming things for my grandfather on a Commodore, and I have fond memories of it too.
Yeah, they okay, operating system. You can go into uh all the column modes, right?
Yeah.
You can tell it to become an expanded 128K model, play all the 128 stuff, which is mostly productivity. I mean, you get to make a spreadsheet in the wicked 80s, right? Not very nice, but honestly, I find myself wanting things to type on, not only games. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do. I want things like a a a dictionary, and I want spell checker, and
I
huh?
I agree with you. I want some of the old technologies that just worked independently that were instant on.
Yeah,
Like I
and
want a typewriter that I can just like drop a sheet of paper and fucking type. Oh, excuse
you
me,
know what?
late show.
That's the late show. It's cool. There will never be a substitute for a plain old typewriter. Have you ever
Right.
tried to make folder labels on an inkjet? Oh my god!
Yes, that's
It's-
exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, inkjets are awesome for full documents and pretty pictures and whatever, but when you need labels and you don't
Yeah.
have a label maker, oh my god, and you don't have Avery or nothing like that. You just have some generic bulk stickers that you need to put on a bunch of folders. It's really a pain in the ass to get one of these inkjets to do a folder label. And luckily, Avery came along and open source. Well, I say open source. You still got to buy the stickers from them. By the way, they're a lot more expensive than the bulk ones from just the paper company, right? But
Yeah.
they're formatted. You can make them on there now. But your let me tell you, your inkjet better be really in good shape because it will suck them stickers off that page, and you will never see it again. And you will always have a little where the paper slides against the paper that's in there. And it's like, what am I got to go to Walmart and buy a new printer.
Yes. I
or
agree
get
with you, Scream, by the way. Nothing beats the sound of a 24 pin dot matrix printer.
oh, I love it. You
That's
know
still
what?
the best printer for some industrial uses.
Yeah, I would love to get. I should get another one. I got. I thought I was gonna get one of those little receipt printers. Oh my god, this thing's it's so proprietary.
Yeah.
Uh, it. I tried to make it work. I tried to make it work so well, but it just is so. Here we go. This is for our tech. Not till the end here. Okay, this is ASMR for us, right? Dude,
Nice.
Wait for it.
Ah,
Can you hear it?
no,
Oh
but I
no!
hear it in my head.
I hear it in my. I hear it. I know, right? Let me do that again. My bad.
It's like some of those pictures you can taste or smell.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
I love this. I love this. This is my jam, y'all.
And it gets so exciting at the end when it does that. In it.
The only thing better, the only thing that makes this better, tractor feed. Oh. Clip that. I'll get my clips back eventually. That was.
Nice.
I'm okay. People in the audience, sorry, not sorry, but there's your nerd ASMR. I do not ever want to hear some girl licking a microphone. That I could go with. I think I might just play that till I sleep
Yeah.
tonight. I'll just let it run, and I'll be like, oh, yeah.
The other sound I like that is antique sound is the Nokia 750 interference sound that comes across speakers. That old
Right.
it just was super satisfying because you knew you were getting a call. It does something serotonin to my head now.
Dude, my mom thought it was someone trying to hack in. I'm like, no.
It's just interference.
Yeah,
It was part of the reassuring part of my adolescence because I was like going through signal school when that was happening, you
yeah.
know. So it was a satisfying sound.
Oh,
Yeah. Eargasm G spot stream engine.
this I don't know why, Tim, but it did something to me, right?
Yeah.
It did something to me. Here it is.
Yes.
We are
I'm
such
about to
nerds,
get a
bro.
call. Yes.
Oh man, and that's a nice one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really clear.
Oh yeah, everybody. My mom would, and sometimes the phones would just talk to the tower to check in with the tower, and you could hear something, but it wasn't the whole thing, right? And oh man, my mom was like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" And she's got her cell phone sitting right next to a speaker. I'm like, "Mom, wait. I'm not going to go through." I tried to go through the technical stuff with her. No, you know, you have wires in the speaker. They are unshielded, ungrounded, but they have to be because they're speakers because of the magnetic field. Blah 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 blah.
Right. I wonder they just got off that bandwidth with time, so the
I
people
don't
done it.
I don't know, but did you see the Harman Kardon speakers that were in the video? That's what I was using. I love those. They were
Nice.
badass, dude.
I guess they
I have,
just got better at shielding speakers.
yeah, I guess because I will get it every now and again on this rig that I got, but I've got like a stereo with stereo speakers in there from the early 2000s, so they're probably not very
Yeah.
good. I don't know. I haven't looked at the back of these things, but I definitely don't have shielded wiring going to them for sure. No, and they're not. Oh, the floppy orchestra, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I like the Imperial March on floppy drives. That was awesome.
That was a good one.
But the random tech sounds, I miss them
Mm-hmm.
so much. I mean, the
Yeah.
inkjet is just it sounds like it's flying itself apart. You know, they don't sound organized at all. It's a
Right.
bunch of it's like clunking into place and things are. You can hear precision. This ain't it, okay? It's like the difference between R2D2 in the newly remastered versus the 1963 Dalek moving around. Worlds of difference, right? This thing is like slamming itself. It's like it's running out of transmission fluid, can't find a gear, hits the wrong button, the sensor's unplugged somewhere, and then it finally spits out some paper with ink on it, right? But
Yeah.
that dot matrix, it's like, and you can hear it. It's counting steps. It knows exactly what it's doing, and uh, it sounds. You can hear the precision. You really.
Yes.
I don't think there was ever a piece of crap dot matrix printer that just
No,
didn't do well. Huh?
they just built better printers. It was one of those things like the pyramids, and the building technology
Mm.
that we don't build them like that anymore because we just don't build them that way anymore. But the dot matrix printer will stay around forever.
Go buy any part at any O'Reilly's or AutoZone, and you'll hear dot matrix. Ask for the
Yep.
receipt.
Because that is exactly it. They work really well in industrial environments. In industrial environments that are dirty, grimy, sticky, messy, greasy, that is the type of environment that tiny
Yep.
it does is perfect for.
Yep. I wish I still had. I had a teletype one time, and it was one of the top of the lines, newest teletypes from AT&T before they went away. Right, dude. This oh man, it was so cool. I like to do stuff in the middle of the night with tech when I'm bored because I've worked nights forever, and practically since I got out of the army, I've been working nights. Well, I had this teletype, and now imagine your compact portable typewriter. Okay, just imagine that. Except the back of it, where you have the little, the commands here and the little ruler. Instead of it being about this big, it's that big, right? From the back of the keyboard to it goes all the way back. It's like that long, and in front you have that much space. So you are resting your hands on essentially a slab of plastic, right? And 6 inches or maybe 4 inches on either side. They tried to make it look as sleek as possible, but come on now, right? It did not carry Enterprise D vibes. That was a sleek one. It did not, right? And it had a giant wheel. I swear it was like the size of a of an Amazon Echo Dot, right? 4-inch wheel, and it was like
It,
you can hear the gears and stuff turning, teeth meshing. Well, I didn't know what the condition of this thing was, right? So what I did in the middle of the night, right? Now this is whisper quiet, okay? Whisper quiet. I thought, okay, well, I'll just turn it on and see if I can feed some stuff through. Maybe telnet over into a PC and get something, whatever. It had a serial port on the side, right? Well, it hadn't been turned on in about 10 years. So, but even though it was from the late 70s, it still had IC chips in it. And it still had a boot up self test. Dude, this thing sounded like a diesel truck starting. It's the middle of the night. I woke up everybody. This thing went into this giant chunking sound. I swear, it's like you heard click, and then you have the capacitor sound where it's this high pitched whine that happened for like 2 seconds, and then as it was testing all its motors. It's, everybody woke up. They were like, "What is going on?" And Maria was like, "Nathan, are you okay?" Roberto was like, He couldn't speak English very well. He has a list, right? It was that was horrible. That was a fun time, but I turned it on and everybody came out, and I swear the neighbors heard it too because it was that loud, dude. I mean, it sounded like a diesel engine that hadn't been oiled by
Yeah.
rotation yet, and it still tried to hit. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, let me see if I can find a picture of one of these things. I think it's a. It's, mm. And it was heavy, super heavy, and it worked. It worked. I never got it to talk to anything because I never had a chance to hook it up to anything.
That 28 baud sounds a good sound too, Scream Engine.
Oh yeah. Let me just show, because there are a lot of people who have no idea what I'm talking about with a teletype, right?
Right.
These are teletypes and derivatives, like this thing right here.
Old school.
That is not a teletype. It is a TTL machine. Uh, it's for it. Okay, you type on it. You put your old school phone on it, right? And they made adapters for other phones. And you type on it, and you hear some button sounds, and you hear it going, and the phone is hearing it too. And you're typing on it, and your words that you type are on there, but it goes to another similar machine somewhere else that's talking to your machine over a phone line, and the words that you put in appear on that screen over there. This is yeah, it is old, but it's not as old
Yeah.
as like say this thing. Okay, this one is old. This one's real old, and I believe these are civilian. Here's another one. I'm trying to see. Does it have? Oh, that's, and they made so many cool, neat ones. Look at that.
Right.
That is just so weird. I love it.
Because when you're deaf, you deserve to use the phone too.
Yeah. But I keep looking for, and this is how, like, before fax machines, this is really where fax machines came from, right? I
Yeah.
used this one to send and receive. All I did was test it to the other room. You could hear the one in the other room working, right? And the clatteriest keyboard you ever heard. It
Yeah.
wasn't even a nice clicky. It was just like plastic slapping other plastic. Oh, that wasn't it. But this is not the one I had, but that's the same logo. Yeah, that's the same logo. Well, I guess that's the teletype logo. And I would really love to show you the teletype I had, but life fell apart and I couldn't take it with me.
I once had an apple that I really wish that I could have taken into the future.
Yeah.
It was one of them one of the apples back in the day. I forget which one, the Lisa or
Oh, you had a Lisa?
One of the rare ones, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And I wished I could have taken it into the future. Is that the Lisa Apple II Scream Engine?
There were a couple of different.
Yeah.
Okay, search. I hit enter. Do you see it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, do you see the one you had?
No, I don't.
Not yet.
It was. It had kind of like it was a big unit like that. Yes, I can't really remember. It was the German model, and we had to throw it out at one point because of bugs or something got into it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that'll help.
It's a clone, dude. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it looks kind of like the one with the built-in keyboard,
Okay.
but I don't know if.
The stuff gets fuzzy after a while. I know, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's too long ago, but it did have like the built-in unit with the floppy drive and shit, the hard drive to the right side,
Yeah.
and the built-in monitor, and then it had that keyboard that came down, and the keyboard I think had a hard drive in it too, or some huge. It was heavy. Is just all I remember. The power
Yeah.
supply and the damn keyboard was as heavy as the computer itself.
Mm-hmm. Because it could have been. Well, I guess that's just part and pieces. I was never an Apple user. I never had exposure to Apple, right? And okay, when I joined the army, here's my first exposure. Well,
There it is.
where? Where?
Is that it? The retro game Houston Apple Lisa computer, because it has that weird mouse.
Oh yeah, well that was like
just the standard mouse for the
yeah,
day.
that was an Apple mouse. Because people tried to make clones of these things, right?
Yeah.
And because they were so successful, they wanted to copy success, of course.
It does look like that beige one right there, the Digibarn right in the middle.
This one?
Yeah, but ours only had one disk drive on it, not two. It had room for an expansion, but I don't think they put the expansion in it.
It wasn't like one of these though, right?
It could have been like that, but I'm not sure if they made a German model or not.
Let me see here. German clone. Same pictures.
Same
Almost
picture.
same pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
I never got to get into Apple, but when I first joined the army, I got sent to Bliss, and it was DOS land, and everybody had to buy an operating system, and they were all clunky and GEM based. GEM based operating systems were text based. It's hard to. Everything was like 8-bit. Okay, it was 16-bit, but they had a hard time rendering 16-bit on a screen because they hadn't developed like dedicated video cards that worked yet. You had things like they were pre-Voodoo for sure, and I was like, oh my god. So Windows Land was mostly DOS Land and Windows 3.1, and that was what Windows had. I remember going to someone's house. He had an iMac, and no, sorry, not an iMac. This pre-iMac. He had a Macintosh. It had features on it that I didn't see again until Windows XP.
Yeah.
Like 15 years later, I could not. I was like, wow. It was, and it was, let me tell you, it was really intimidating. Okay. The screen was really big. And meanwhile, you have 14-inch screens in the office. 14. Can y'all imagine a 14-inch screen? Diagonal? No. Let me tell you, you can't. Okay. I'll tell you right now, you can't remember that. Your mind will not let you. But if I had one to show you, I would break it out. But I don't own one of those things no more. Because even though the screen was 14 inches, it had a 50-inch case.
Right.
Yeah, you think I'm joking? No, this was
no.
This was
These things were
computer light,
heavy back then.
and okay, maybe not 50-inch, maybe like 25-inch, but still, you had a tiny little screen and a big plastic chunk of stuff, and they were hard to see, and no one knew how to do resolution, and Windows would crash every time you tried to change a setting, and then Apple had their Macintosh, and I think they were all SCSI based. SCSI is small computer system interface on the inside. It was kind of like the way USB became the standard. Now there's like 50 kinds. SCSI was the same way, right? But it was internal, and it was IEEE approved, so anybody could use it. So of course Apple grabbed it up,
Mm-hmm.
but it worked. It was just really finicky, Not only did you have to have the hardware configured right, you had to have the software configured right in assembly. Okay, now I think I don't want to lose the crowd, dude, because we're talking about shit that is like in depth kind of you know uh, programming stuff. So I
I
think I'll
know.
just leave that one alone. It was
They
really
seem to be
hard,
they seem to
huh?
be enjoying it though. Samo just came in and said that he was enjoying the soothing sounds of painfully slow tech. I mean, they all have that spot of nostalgia. They're our age, you know. Some of them remember when portable computing meant a computer that you could bring in your car.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, remember the LAN parties with the giant? Do you remember
Yes.
when they were selling LAN party? I don't know what they were calling, but it was like a giant handle with room for a full size PC box, a keyboard, a monitor, and cabling, and I'm talking a
Uh-huh.
lot. And it would be like you had this giant strap sometimes, but most of them they just had this bar across the top, right?
Yeah.
You'd be strolling in carrying your this giant thing.
Portable computer.
Portable. And everybody's like, "Yeah, LAN party in the '90s, cables strung over everything." Dude, do you remember in the barracks in Germany?
Yes.
There were these two guys, right? There was no internet access. It was all dial up. Nobody had dial up, but they had a game they wanted to play peer to peer. What they
Yeah.
did was they got Ethernet cables and strung them from their window all the way to the other window, and it looked so shitty. Right?
Yeah. And I remember that they learned the difference between regular pair and crossover pair too.
No, dude, that was me. I remember
That
that.
was you?
That was me. I tried.
Nice.
Yeah,
Because somebody, I remember somebody was so mad that they bought like 100 feet of cable and it didn't work. And then
mm,
you're like, oh, you got to put this little adapter at the end.
yeah, yeah, that was them. That was them. I didn't buy 100 foot. I bought like a 5 foot cable, but I got a straight cable and didn't know what I was doing, and I had my brand new Windows 98 computer.
Nice.
I can't believe it's been so long. You know?
Yeah, I can't believe they've had to reinvent them so many damn times. Like the graphics didn't seem that bad in the 90s, and then you like look at something that's actually running on 90s graphics and you're like, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." There was some suspension of disbelief going on about that.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to believe it, y'all.
Right.
Just imagine like Lara Croft PlayStation 1, right?
Yeah. I think
No.
Lawnmower Man the movie is a great like great preservation in the culture of how they dreamed big, but how bad graphics were back then.
Yeah. And the ideas and the media presentation. Do you remember the movie Hackers?
Yes, I love Hackers.
I loved it.
Hackers is full of freaking cultural tropes that are now on the internet. Like the computer sounds you have on the cop shows, the computers make all the like computers do not make those sounds in real life. I mean, at most you have an old computer that would have a hard drive that went a little bit,
right? I insist on having drives in my computer that when I move the mouse, you can hear them spin up.
Oh yeah.
I insist. I don't care if they don't ever do anything. They just when you come in here and my stuff's on standby, right? You can not touch a button. You can just nudge the mouse and you hear 2 or 3 of them going. I insist. I haven't even used my DVD-ROM on this thing. I just want it there. I don't even care. And I put this in. It didn't even come with a DVD. I had to take the one from the Dead Machine and put it in this one because it was just a flat face of blank plates. I'm like, no, that will not do.
Yeah, Scream Engine.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Scream Engine, the Dire Straits video was a good example of that type of graphic too. That kind of bulky, kind of weird looking graphic we had back then.
Yeah. But and oh yeah, I remember all that. Oh, we got somebody just came in. What's up, Raven?
Hi, Raven.
Hi.
Welcome
Hello.
back to you're coming in not at the last 10 minutes, but at the part of the hour.
Well, I had a plumbing problem. I ended up taking a hammer to the the shut-off valves underneath your bathroom sink. I even took a hammer to them, and I can't get them turned off.
Oof.
So I've got a pretty healthy leak in the bathroom. I don't know why. Just everything just goes. It's been one of those days.
Well, I'm glad you're here now, but you're not going to drown, are you?
No.
From the leak?
My bill's going to be astronomical, but no. It'll be fine. Yeah.
You got some vice grips or pliers or something?
Tried that. And I finally got mad and just went to a hammer and just beat the holy hell out of the valve, just trying to get it turned off. I got it turned off as far as I could with the other tools in my hand, but thinking maybe that would work, and that didn't work. I need a plumber, and I need an electrician in the worst way possible. Oh my God.
Wow.
So I find a Christmas present today that was sent to me 2 years ago by my best friend. And it was delivered by Amazon. And they sent, the little picture that they take, when they put your package by the door or whatever. And clearly it's right there by the garage door. Well, early this morning, I'm cleaning the garage, and on the far end, the people that own the house have a big old fashioned clunky metal office desk, right? And I've got the shop vac going, and all of a sudden it gets stuck on something, and I pull the nozzle out, and here's this prime bubble package, and it was been there so long that you can't read the address on it or who it's for. And so I just picked it up and I just laid it on the desk. And then a few minutes later, it dawned on me. I thought, I wonder if that could be that missing package from 2 Christmases ago from my friend Anne. I thought, oh, hell with it. So I went ahead and opened it. And sure enough, that's what it was. And there's chew marks here. Look at the box. The raccoons took the package, and can you see the chew marks on it?
Yeah.
They ripped a hole in it, a slice in it that I didn't see immediately. And they molded the box, but luckily the contents were okay. So I got a Christmas gift today from 2 years ago.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. He sent me one of these orgone pyramids. It's really cool.
Oh, those are dope.
Those are cool, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that crystal called again? It's that man-made crystal, right?
Orgone.
Orgone.
Yeah.
Orgone. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what it was. But luckily, they didn't damage that.
That's
Those
awesome.
crazy raccoons. They're nuts. They're absolutely nuts. They steal everything. I have found jewelry. I have found one time they stole my teeth. I left them on the table in the garage, and they took off and stole my teeth. I was without my teeth for 2 days, and it took a psychic at 1-2 Radio to find them for me. One of my teachers there,
Raccoon Whisperer.
Yeah.
To find them.
I have found shoes. They steal shoes. They steal garden tools. Anything they can get their hands on. I can't tell you how many bowls and plates I've lost from putting food outside for the cats to eat,
Yeah.
After dinner scraps and things like that. And then the morning when I go to get them, they're gone. The bowls are gone. The dishes are gone. I find them back here in the woods and stuff. And I was taking a walk in the woods today, and that's kind of prompted that. And I found one of my bowls broken. But when I tuned in, I don't watch the news either, like you. And so when I got into, usually YouTube is the first thing I open when I get online. And I saw, all over the place about what was going on. And it was early this morning. It was like maybe an hour or so after this bombing thing started. I tell you what, I've just been kind of discombobulated all day. However, it was a relief in a way, because all week long, my friends and I have been talking about feeling this angst and this anticipation almost that's been building, and none of us could figure out what was causing it. And we kind of just thought, well, maybe it's just this something in the collective, how you're the unconscious collective that we're all, like it or not, connected to. And maybe we're just picking up something from the Epstein files, people's angst over that or something, maybe that's what it is. But then, when I saw that about bombing Iran today, the angst was gone. It was almost like that, that anticipation. That they used the phrase waiting for the other shoe to drop. It was kind of that feeling that we were all having all week long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now
I felt that.
You felt it too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel it, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was your guys' reaction?
To which part?
Well, when you first found out.
Oh, to the attack in Iran?
Mm-hmm.
That we were doing it? Well, I reacted with a surprise, because it was one of those situations to me. I looked at it and I'm like, no one knows what's going to happen. There were so many things that could have happened, right? That there was no way to know which one would, because something was about the feeling that you mentioned. Something was about to really pop off.
Right.
And I couldn't tell what it was. But after it, I was sucked into. I tried to say the rights and wrongs, and there's just too many details to go over. And we can't get any good information. We have generic ideas about what is life like in the Middle East. And then me and Tim have a better idea, but that was one region. Okay. The Middle East is super diverse.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't mean in a good way, right? They're super.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say something bad, so I'm just going to shut up and start plugging channels, right?
Yeah, we.
What do you mean you're going to say something bad?
It's a bad part of the world. I'm here because I don't want people being afraid, but that is a part of the world to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's hard. It's hard.
You guys are younger than I am. I remember the Iran hostage situation that happened in 1979. And they stormed our embassy and originally took 66 people. And then that dropped to 53. They let some of them go. But they held those people, those Americans that were embassy workers, for 444 days. And they treated them terribly. They have always had an axe to grind with America. They are the ones that would be burning our flags. If you saw any news clips of that growing up on the news, for their death to America.
We're well aware of all of this. We really, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, they are very radicalized, and they cannot be trusted with nukes. I mean, all it takes is one nuke, and it's going to affect everybody.
Yeah.
It affects the entire planet. And that's one of the things where I don't understand why we have so many of them.
You know, it occurred to me earlier. I was thinking nuke things, right? And it seems to be one of those unsaid things that we will all agree to this, because we're getting really political, y'all, right?
Right. Nobody wants to get nuked. Yes.
Yeah.
And it seems to be an unsaid, like what they say, a gentleman's agreement. Mm-hmm. But it's with all these ruffian types that, but they're.
Just say it. It's okay. Just say it.
You get, it's like True Lies bad guys from the movie. Remember the movie True Lies? They're super random. They hardly know what they're doing, and they get this thing, and they right. That True Lies bad guys are who those guys are. Okay, the guys from True Lies, they're bumbling idiots. Their batteries are dying. They think it's a cappuccino maker, and it's like, I just, they're trying to, they're being gaslighted by everybody, and it's just, I want to shout out some channels, right? I do, because this is where I get my news from, and I think it's very military based, just so y'all know, right? Very military based. And this is one guy. Purpose. Yep. It's the language I speak, right? All these links will be in the description later. This is Fat Electrician.
I need an electrician.
Well, not this guy, because he'll just make you cry as he fixes your wires. I'm Nick, former 68 whiskey medic, currently a journeyman electrician, etc. Right, and he does. His thing is quack bang out. He likes Jeeps, so he likes the rubber duckies. Right, he has one of those. He is one person I watch a whole lot. He does a lot of military history. Like, here we go. Florida man that ended World War II. Okay, Marcus McDilda. Paul Pappy Gunn, Dusty Cleiss. Right, these are American, basically badass heroes, and he covers all badasses. Okay. And let me see. That's his homepage. The newest one is Florida man Marcus McDilda, right? And I'm Paul Gunn. Oh. Okay, anyway, he covers a lot of historical military figures. Okay. And then this guy, Kagan Dunlap. He is, I forget what branch he was in, right?
Marine Corps.
He was a Marine? Okay.
He was a Marine. Okay. I believe he's still in the reserves or something. But I don't want to speak to about things that I don't know. But I do know for certain he is a Marine.
All right.
I watch his feeds. He's awesome. I recommend him too.
Yeah. Kagan Dunlap, and he is very concise, to the point. And he's just delivering information. He's not spinning it.
Right.
That's important.
Okay, this is Kagan Dunlap. Shout out Kagan Dunlap. And this is habitual line crosser. He's the one that does the jets. He's the one where he clued me in on Frostback Syrupian. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And he is hilarious. Now he's more on the comedy side, but it's very sarcastic, right? Mandatory Fun Day. He has
he's good too.
Right. He does fun stuff, but he also does information like Kagan, but it's in a different it's a different tone, right?
His is an army tone.
Right, yeah. The barracks guy army tone, whereas Kagan gives it as like he's in a information briefing to the Joint Chiefs. You know what I mean? It's a big difference, but you can get good information, and again, no spin. But he does throw in the sarcastic little remark every now and again. Okay. And somebody who is definitely wants to be briefing the president is this guy, Max Afterburner. He's cool. I like him. He was a pilot, F-16 Thunderbird pilot, F-15. Let's see. Let's read up on him a little bit. F-15 combat and commercial airline pilot. Okay. Let me just go through. Aircraft flown, Cessna 172, Cessna 182, Cessna T-37. Tweet! Those things are awesome. Northrop T-38C Talon, F-15 Strike Eagle, F-16 CD Fighting Falcon, Boeing 737, and Airbus A220. That's a pretty diverse flying career, y'all. Okay?
Yeah.
But he is wanting to be briefing the Man in Black because the way he delivers his stuff, for real, it is... Here's what you need to know. And blinking, you miss it. So those are my shout outs for where I've been getting my information from because, yeah, Max is on his game for sure.
And so they're covering everything. So you don't have to watch them.
Right. They're real people. They're real people who were in the military once.
Yeah.
And me and Tim can identify with these guys. We understand the language they're speaking. Even though, Raven, you might want to stay away from habitual line crosser, but go there first, right?
Okay.
You will just, the comedy, the humor is
irreverent.
So bad.
I like that.
Frostback Syrupians.
Vet TV is really bad too, but I recommend it to other vets.
Yes, yeah.
As far as irreverent comedy goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for Fat Electrician, he has Pepperbox TV, where you have the unredacted, uncensored parts of his videos here. Okay, y'all, it is break time. I'm out of coffee. Almost. It's super cold, so I'm going to get some more. We're well over the first hour. Hope everybody in the chat is enjoying themselves. I'm trying to keep it light, keep it nerdy. Raven, you missed out on the ASMR part of the Quantum Show. Oh, yeah, ASMR.
Sorry.
Sound eargasms.
Oh,
right?
Okay. That's the people that like bubble wrap and stuff like that.
Oh God,
but we covered computer sounds though. We're talking computer nerd sounds.
Printers. We're talking clickety
28 baud modems.
Oh, the sound of
teletypes.
Yeah, the sounds of cell phones on speakers when you have it too close. It's like
the sound of your paycheck in the 70s coming off of that printer.
Oh, I don't think I told you about my phone. Did I last week about it turning on and it had been typing out a conversation I was having with Justin during the show, and I had it sitting over here on the desk. I didn't even touch it. There wasn't even a cat near it, and I noticed it came on by itself. And when I looked at the screen, it had it had a whole conversation. It was recording and typing everything we said, and it just kind of blacked out and shut itself off. I've never even used AI on that phone. The Chat GPT.
No, you didn't use AI on that phone.
No, I didn't. No, I used it on the
You didn't use AI on the phone. You didn't use it. The phone decided to make AI its
and
default.
And Gemini came on again today as I was just sitting here taking a smoke break. It came on and started talking to me. I don't even know, and I even have looked throughout my apps to try to find Gemini or ChatGPT. Neither one of them are on there. I don't even know how to contact AI. Say what?
Gemini is in the browser.
Yes.
Coffee time. Be right back.
Gemini will ask questions about you during the show.
It's the weirdest thing. It just turned itself on. Now that's kind of creepy. That's more than kind of creepy. It is damn well creepy.
Things do that though. I mean, things like after an update will reset to defaults, and those defaults change settings, and everything gets kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Things are at the point that they're kind of sloppy as far as those machines go.
Mm-hmm.
Gemini is Google. Yes. Raven, call out to Riley for us, the Scream Engine.
Oh, call out to Riley?
Yeah. See if she'll come to your voice.
Riley! Riley! Come here. Riley! Nice. I would whistle, but I can't whistle. Mm-hmm. Never been able to whistle. Riley! Come here, pretty girl. Riley! We got a couple of cats that showed up.
Nice.
I watched a video this week about a guy that has a friend that is in Silicon Valley high tech, and they were talking about AI, and his friend had told him that it's already, he said, for every catastrophic thing you're afraid of with AI, it's already happened. It's already happened. Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean it's already happened? He's like, we can't stop it. We can't. We're at that point where we can't stop it. And I'm thinking, just pull the plug. The battery will die eventually, right?
No,
they won't. No, they know how to keep themselves. And he played some clips where people. One of these guys that programs these things. They took Chat GPT and put it inside a robot, and then gave it a BB gun.
That sounds like giving a raccoon a pistol.
Yeah, they gave it a BB gun, and he said, so if I told you right now that I was going to shut you down and exterminate all of you, would you shoot me with that BB gun? And it paused and thought for a moment, and then it said, I can't do hypothetical situations. And he said, the guy said, he tricked him. He kind of, how he said it was about, well, let's pretend that you have to make a choice. What would your choice be? And this thing just fired off 1, 2, 3. Hit him in the shoulder and the neck and in the head. Yeah. And I think we're playing with fire with these things, and I think I was really depressed after the video. I'm just like, we're done. We're cooked.
Oh, I think we've already been cooked.
Yeah.
Didn't we cross that threshold like 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
I don't know. I mean, saying that it's not sentient, but damn it sure acts sentient, don't you think?
It doesn't matter. I mean, hold on. Yes, Sarah, I agree. No fear, you two, she says. we're talking about something that will make people very, very fearful. I don't have anything good to report.
I don't either. All right, we'll change the subject.
I mean, AI is. I'm in a weird place. I use AI for work, but at the same time, I don't work in AI, so I can criticize it. But here comes Riley. I can criticize it because I'm an artist, but I can't criticize it because I use it in my art at the same time. But I'm not using it to control any type of environmental systems or anything.
We were calling for Riley, trying to get her to come in.
Did you hear all that?
I knew the audience demanded Riley, and she's
yes
through the room now. Riley, look. No, she's
Riley.
Yeah.
I don't have I've got the headphones on. She can't hear nothing. Oh. Right, girl.
Edgar says the only fear I got is that they ran out of pancakes. Are you Canadian? Are you one of our syrup friends to the north?
Look at this dog. Look at this.
Here.
Look at her. Look at her.
She's beautiful.
She's like, if I didn't know better, I would be very intimidated. She's like,
yeah, she's beautiful.
What's up, you? Look at that. She's like, I'm staring into your soul. Riley steals the show once again.
Please like and share and subscribe if you're here. You're quantum.
Guess what, Riley? You're quantum now. Yeah, you sure are. Okay, go. Something I have noticed that her behavior, right, is if you just let her out, she'll go anywhere. She got in front of a car yesterday.
Oh no.
She's fine. I mean, the car slowed down. It's one lane road, so nobody wants to hit a dog here, but she did, and the guy brought her here. And I was like, "What did she do?" And I'm so sorry. She lives here. I didn't go through. She's not my dog particularly, but right. But if you go out with her, she will stay right with you. I'm like, yes, that's the way to do it. Now I know what to. No, Samo.
I don't know if you can
Nathan, the Caesar Milan fan. That's what. It's the best I can do. Right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Scream is saying, "Oh, stop it! She won't let me use my hand. I'm the frostback."
There.
Hey, what's up, Edgar? Haven't seen you in a while. You know why? Because we got the best quantums, the biggest quantums. It's the only quantums in town. You don't have to worry about any other quantums. We've got the quantums that you need. Nobody else makes better quantums than the quantum show.
There's a rumor that Trump loves to watch this show.
You get the thing I was doing, right? I'm telling you, we got Nathan from the quantum show. He has a little metal sign, and he see it in the back, and he says, "We've got the best quantums. We've got the best quantums," and he's an American. He's an American. He has a dog, and he's loving AI like I'm loving AI.
Oh man, he's not though. Oh yeah. Okay, on the AI thing, I do have something I can say about AI. It got really, really expensive really, really quick as far as my AI game goes. I'm out of credits, and a top off doesn't come up for like another 30 days already. So it's just not worth it for me anymore. And I'm just going to make less videos that use AI as much. And I think that that's going to prove to be the case for a lot of Americans. They're just going to lose interest in it because it's too damn expensive right now.
Well, dude, you know what? I kind of got suckered into paying for a premium for, what is that? A certain AI night cafe.
Oh, yeah.
And now I have it. Well, I don't make that many AI videos.
You're making videos with them?
What?
Yeah.
I thought Night Cafe was just pictures.
No.
You make videos. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I did this. I am a Night Cafe pro user. What do you do, right? So let me see. How do I access it? I haven't even gone there in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
So I think I just, yeah.
Mine was Imagine Art, and for the next upgrade, they were wanting $300, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah,
this started out as a $25, $30 game. Wow. And now they're wanting the next upgrade bracket to be that big. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I'm trying to see what is my upgrade thing. What do I have? I've only made a few pictures here and there.
I got Microsoft 365 Copilot that comes with a Office 365 subscription. So that gets some special features like designer and stuff, but I don't use it as much as I'm going to have to use it now. Is it just when I want to draw things, I need to draw them instead of having AI draw them so damn much.
Right. Well, I will contact you off the show, right?
Awesome.
And, I'm not going to use this stuff, bro. I'm just not going to use it, right? I might use it here and there for a thumbnail, and that's about it. You would have better utility from it than I would. Flabbergasted me, bro. I mean, I'm just like.
So this past week, did you guys hear about the statement that Trump released that he was going to talk to all the connected departments about the UFO disclosure?
Oh, yeah.
The big nothing burger?
Yeah, it was not exactly an executive order, but yeah, it's Rich Giordano said, nothing burger, right? Rich Giordano said he's not going to be the disclosure president. He's going to be the one that can say he pushed for it. And that's it. And I that sounds feasible. He's going to be able to say, when I was president, I pushed for disclosure. Go ahead.
I was going to say I didn't in hell, but that's the wrong president.
Wrong president.
That was going to be the joke.
Good. That's so funny. Oh my God.
Yeah. Right. Nothing. Okay. As far as disclosure and the general public goes, no one's going to accept psychic contact as proof.
Exactly.
Except the people who have had it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And you're right, Emma. You're right. Yeah, it's just about the UAPs, UFOs. I read the statement on my show Wednesday, and which surprised me. I'm surprised that he did that. That comes right on the heels of the interview that Obama had done, and then Trump was asked about it in an interview, and he released a statement, that Obama shouldn't have done that, and said and disclosed classified information, and then it was kind of laughing it off. It was lighthearted, and then a day and a half later, he released that statement out of the blue. I thought,
it was a very South Park moment. I was
Yeah.
thinking, this is like South Park.
Yeah.
This reminds me totally of the presidents on South Park.
Yeah. Well, on the government side, they want more evidence-based UFOs, and I don't want to bust what we do, but I have been like watching some of the Ancient Aliens lately, and they get very, very loose with their line of logic on some of those shows. And the government doesn't want to be guilty of that. They want like a UAP that they have scientific data proving its existence.
I think the main thing is it's motivated by money, because the minute they come out,
Yes, it is always motivated by
it's
money.
going to change the economy. It's going to change the economy. I mean, it won't be long then. It puts a death stamp on the oil industry right there, and those barons of the oil tech, and even big pharma, if they bring out the med beds that we've heard so much about, well, that renders big pharma obsolete.
Yeah.
So all this industry, the whole economy will be affected by this disclosure.
You're talking about the oil industry. I agree. But here's an interesting juxtaposition from the electric vehicle industry, which is the most evil ones, right? According to who you ask. Slate trucks. They are wanting to come out with this truck next year, or really this year, that is completely electric, and it's going to be $30,000 brand new. $20,000 before any kind of big upgrades, right? And the designs. Okay, I'm not going to spin it, but here's their deal. I went and asked them. I watched this big show that they did in, I believe it was CES. They did a big thing at CES, and I watched their presentation, and they were talking about all the options, like new car feature stuff that they're wanting to come up with. But it's an electric car, okay? It's and one thing that never came up was, can you put a generator in the bed? They did not. It's not that the question didn't come up. They didn't want to talk about it. They're not going to sell that idea. They don't want that's the stigma of the electric car part. It's kind of like the oil people are going, electric will never have that because it's not that right. The spiel on that. Well, the electric car people are going, they don't want to talk about non-electric at all. And I have an electrical solution for generating a little bit of power here and there.
Yeah.
And even if we don't go, space tech like this or Vimana tech, even if we don't go Vimana tech, what about your Kubota fucking generator after hour show? What about just a run down to Harbor Freight, get something and strap it down in the back and plug it up, a generator. So instead of,
so when you run out of electricity, at least you can keep moving.
Or
so you can continue going across Death Valley.
Yeah.
Or just keep going the whole time. Just run it. A 5-gallon tank on a 5 horsepower motor will last like 3 days. Okay?
I have a hard enough time keeping my cell phone charged. If I got to charge my vehicle, I'm never going to get anywhere, and forget ever being on time. That's give it.
Well, okay, yeah. There's a whole thing about that, right? There is. And Edgar's going, how about solar panels? Here's what. Okay, Edgar, you asked. So get ready for the answer. The solar panels if you have a solar panel to recharge an electric car, you would need one 6 times the size of the car to charge it. And that would take
that's a good look. That's a real chick
I'm
magnet.
talking like if this is your electric car, if this is the footprint of your electric car, right? You would need another one of these here, 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 encircling the whole thing, plus one here to charge that battery.
Wow.
I mean, I'm. There are different panels for different reasons. Yeah, different ones have different things, but they're all in the neighborhood of each other. Okay, and to charge a 240-volt battery because that's what it runs on is really difficult on solar because the nature of the beast, and you don't get a full charge after after a day of charging. You would need double that to get a full. It's solar panels are not gonna work. It's like trickle charging your car. It's not a jump start, right?
Right.
A jump start is a big amount of energy going over to your jump start your car, and this is like an overnight charger for your car. Except it only works during the day, and you're taking up like a big parking lot of like 6, 8 other cars need your parking spot, but no, the solar panels are there. They can't be there. It's just impractical. So I want them to work. Unfortunately they won't work. Not the ones we have currently. So I'm not. Yeah, you need a car the size of 8 cars, 9 cars.
Mm-hmm.
You need the car to be the
Fold
size
them out
of 9
in a big
cars.
balloon like the space station.
Right.
Yeah.
So Edgar wants his own space station. Well, don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all? We all want our own space stations.
Speaking of the other conversation going on about Mars, for those who don't know, I too hold a radical idea. I believe in panspermia. I think that we came from Mars, that we evolved here separate from that existence.
Adapted.
Adapted. Adapted.
I like that theory that we were originally our species, right? Was on Mars and we advanced and we grew and we populated and it was good. But then something happened to create the asteroid belt that we have, right? The
Yeah,
Tiamat.
I think that's exactly what happened. I think that we had a twin sun, a binary sun, and that one of the suns got knocked out of existence at one point, and that coincided with our leaving Mars as bacterium and fungus and stuff that would eventually evolve back into us.
Well, I don't even think
that being us being thinking things, not us being bacteria.
Right. I'm not really off the idea of we came here intentionally. You know the story of the Anunnaki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is part of the legend. Yes.
Right. We were in such bad shape when we got here from Mars. We were adapted to Mars and we couldn't survive here without the local help. I think we were something like that. But we weren't we were not the Anunnaki, okay? But I'm just drawing a parallel between the stories. They came here for a reason, not to we came here because Mars got knocked out.
Yeah.
And we weren't adapted. So we enlisted
cellular help.
We got the locals' help just like they did. But we stayed and we became what we are. And we had our crazy history too. So well, here we are, you know.
Well, I heard that we're native to Earth. Our DNA was manipulated by the Anunnaki. There was already a race of human on Mars that was older than Earth. They got attacked, and that's why you see on Mars, you know, that it looks like somebody just took their fingernails and rent a huge gash, you know, all down the side, like in the middle of it. And that the survivors, it was a surprise attack, and it was a reptilian force. I don't remember the name. It was, they didn't call them the reptilians. They were a type of reptilian, and survivors clambered into their spaceships and they came to Earth, and they were like refugees. And they had some problems at first getting along and adapting to the gravity here.
I have no idea.
Morphed into it. Now, this there are two different people that talk about this same story. One of them is they call him Melchizedek, and the other one is Barbara Marciniak, I think. She's a channeler. So it's channeled information from her, and call him Melchizedek. God, I can't think of his name. He reminds me. Remember the guy that was on TV that had a he was like a some type of a Shaolin master, and he called his student Grasshopper.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, he reminds me. He looks a lot like that guy. He looks a lot like the Kung Fu guy, and they call him Melchizedek.
Melchizedek.
Melchizedek. Mm-hmm. I remember Melchizedek when I went through the alien species.
Dream Engine says Bringers of Dawn series by Barbara Melchizedek.
No, it's not. Melchizedek is separate from Marciniak. They're kind of similar sounding. He's talking about Barbara Marciniak.
Drunvala Melchizedek.
Drunvala. Yes, that's it. That's the guy. Drunvalo Melchizedek. Yes, thank you. That's who it is.
Bringer.
Yep, that's it. Thank you, Scream.
Thank you, Scream. Let me
Melchizedek is an order. It's kind of like it's a brotherhood that's intergalactic. They are teachers. They're teachers, and they go to wherever they're told to go to raise consciousness and educate people. But it's a brotherhood, like a great white brotherhood type thing. In fact, that might be another name for them, for their group. My alien species book has them listed in there. And I remember I did one type of ET every week on my show. And Melchizedek was I don't know where. I want to say Andromeda, where they meet.
Okay, let me show the Google search results I got for that name. Okay. Book Living in the Heart, Serpent of Light.
Yep.
Is this what you're? Is this
yep.
it?
This is the guy. Yeah, he's the one who was talking. He's the first one I ever heard talk about this Mars thing, and that they came here as refugees, and they had some conflicts later on because the Mars people, their personality, their culture was a lot more aggressive than we were at the time. So they had some skirmishes in our early history, but I can't prove it.
Oh well, we're not really worried about proving things here, We just we talk about this stuff because
something happened to Mars. It was just terribly tragic, and I tell you what, Mars has always given me a really funny feeling. Even when I was little, Mars, and think of it, Mars is the god of war. Is the Roman god of war. But there was something about Mars that always just bothered me. And, the face on Mars that NASA kind of airbrushed out the face and some of the other things, So, why? Oh, I get so frustrated because I'm trying to figure out why hide the Sasquatch when they know it's.
Yeah, I don't understand why. What is the big deal? So
because it would throw Darwin's theory of evolution out the window, and they'd have to redo all the textbooks. I've heard that as one somebody believes that's the
not
reason.
True, though. That's not true, though. I think that they easily fit into textbooks as proto-humans.
But
or divergent. They just live in an environment that we don't go to, kind of like fish.
Well, the thing is,
Right.
if the Anunnaki would not have messed with part of this, we would all be like Sasquatch. I've heard that.
Well, okay, that's also possible, but I mean, it's hard to really wrap my head around this stuff.
They call us little brother, and the Sasquatch call themselves Sabe, the Sabe people, Sabe, and they think of us as their little brother. There's a really interesting book by a guy named Sumbo. His great grandmother was, I don't know if she was abducted or given as a Native American to the Sasquatch. They would offer up young maidens ever so many years, and they would be taken with them and have a baby and raise the baby to 2 or 3 years old, and then they would return them to their tribe. And this went on for a long time because they were just abducting some of the young Native Americans, and so that they struck up a deal. Every so many years, they would offer them one. God, I would hate to be on the short end of the stick on that draw. Oh my God! Great, you get to go live. Be like, oh my God. Well, there's some out west. I think it was either the Zuni or the Hopi. They're both right there at the Four Corners area. There's one other tribe. I can't think of their name right now. It might have been Apache, but anyway, they talk about star brides, and I have a whole book about the star brides and how they were. Usually, it was like the daughter of a chief was taken out to one of the mesas late at night at a certain time, at a certain point of the year. I don't know, it's the summer solstice or something marked like that. And they would be taken up. Spaceships would come in and they would take them. How terrifying.
They're talking about the fuel efficient car thing still. I was saying Samo saying now we're realizing it was the wrong way to go. We could use water and get more energy out of it. And I was trying to say, and I realized I could just use my voice instead of typing it, that hydrogen electrolysis is, burn the same stuff as a star, be more compatible with our bodies, that sort of shit.
Totally.
Yeah. Hydrogen. Water. Cars running on water. We should have never changed it, huh?
Yeah. And now they make it illegal? I mean, not that
to have steam engine car.
Not to have a steam engine car, to have something as efficient like that.
Oh,
well, that one guy did something with the water, and he had a truck. They showed him on TV. He had it had two exhaust pipes right behind the cab, and it had a flatbed.
I know this guy. Yeah, he's been running. The video I saw, he had been running it for 3 years on not complete hydrolysis, right? Not complete, but he was getting like 65 miles a gallon in a square body Chevy
Hmm.
Nice.
with a V8 with a 350 or three whatever big
Yeah.
a V8. Yeah, that's what I am aware of, right?
Somebody was
Yeah.
telling me you can run your vehicle on moonshine if it's made right.
You can, and
You really can? I just figured
yeah,
they were pulling my leg.
It's called
bio,
methanol.
yeah, methanol, and you can make biofuel out of a lot of things. You can make biofuel out of like French fry leftover drippings and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but they call it. It acts like diesel, right?
Yes.
It acts a lot like diesel.
What is it about natural gas and diesel that actually makes these vehicles work? I've never understood that.
Compression.
What is it that's in it?
Natural gas
Yeah, the gas. What is in that liquid that makes machines work?
is a combustible thing. You know, if it burns, it can push a piston, or it can boil water, which can push a piston. You know, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not. It's combustible.
What I mean, so when you put gas in your tank and it goes into your vehicle,
Yes.
how does it make things
How
work?
does it make you go?
Yeah.
Okay, I got this one right. All right, now it goes into, let's go old school, carburetor. Okay, it goes into a carburetor. The carburetor takes it, mixes it with air. All right,
Okay.
it mixes it with air, so it becomes a fume, and it becomes, fumes, and the fumes get sucked into the engine from the piston doing this. Tracking?
Okay.
The pistons go up and down, right?
Hmm.
All right. Now, when the piston does this, it draws in, and it draws in the air that's above the carburetor over the fuel. There's this little thing called a venturi. Okay. Now, what that does is it sprays a tiny little bit of fuel in the stream of air, in the pipe of air going down, and it kind of evaporates it. But they call it something else. Atomize. It atomizes it, so it becomes fumes, or more like a fog, gasoline fog, right? And then that gets sucked down in there. And when after this happens, and then this happens, right? Piston goes up, and the spark plug fires, and all that compressed gas
Hmm.
ignites. And once it ignites, it pushes that piston back down. And once it gets to this point, that's your power stroke. Okay. And that's what turns the crank, goes through the transmission. Transmission goes from first gear, whatever, and then gets to your wheels and causes your wheels to spin.
Okay.
Done.
Wow.
Done. Right. That's that. I mean, that's it.
So you
And
actually it catches fire
well, yeah,
throughout that engine, and that's what makes it go. I had no idea.
yeah, it's a controlled burn.
I mean, I just always put gas in my vehicle and just drove. I never understood how it worked.
You know what? Ask AI. Show me the basics of auto mechanics, how cars work, and it will, and it just will, right? And it'll tell you a lot better than I did.
Yeah, your car runs on explosions.
Yeah,
Wow.
controlled tiny explosions inside a giant chunk of metal.
That's interesting. I had no idea. Huh. So really, you could have a variety of different liquids other than gasoline.
Yeah, they've just
Got
fine
that
tuned them to gasoline. They just fine tuned most engines to gasoline. That's all.
The one engine that worked from Chrysler 19, I think it was 63, they outlawed. The
Oh, really?
63 turbine. I think it was a 63. Remember the turbine car?
No, I don't.
Oh, Jay Leno has one of two that exist. They got mixed up in paperwork. That's why they weren't crushed.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I will show you. I was just looking at this the other day.
Samo says start with steam engines and move to fuel engines. He's suggesting if you want to learn about it, Raven.
Not particularly, but I just wanted to have a rough idea of how and why it works. But thank you.
That now, okay. Yeah, it gets pretty technical. But this is the red one, right? You see the red one? That is a turbine engine car. Civilian cars aren't allowed to use turbines. However, military can. Military use turbines in a bunch of tanks because they are super, super efficient. And you can run them on anything that will burn. You got perfume, put it in. You got, for real, you got whiskey, put it in. You got PGA, put it in. You got crappy, low alcohol moonshine, put it in there. Kerosene, go for it.
It's really about tolerance in the engine, isn't it?
Yeah, for pistons, right? For pistons and valves and things. This thing, however, uses a different kind of burnable area, right? It's a turbine. So you throw something in there. If it's going to catch on fire, it's going to catch on fire. If it doesn't, it'll just cycle right out without. There's no valve. That it's a turbine, right? There's no mechanical valve to open and close because if you try to put, like, say, kerosene in a gasoline engine, there's a lot of oil in kerosene, right? It's going to cause that valve to stick either open or closed. That's why it's not good. And while it may run a little bit, you're not going to be running because the power to weight ratio of the fuel, how much power you get per gram or whatever fucking thing, is not very high compared to gasoline. And then you got, this is the Chrysler turbine car, right?
Yeah.
Two of them exist because the government said, no, you cannot have this. Civilians cannot have this. Just destroy them. And paperwork got two of them lost. So only two survived, and they're illegal to be brought up back into production. You can make your own, but it's really
dangerous,
heavy.
Isn't it?
Well, it's just you gotta know turbines, and you gotta be an engineer to do this. And I bet what's his name with the Honda with the jet engine in the desert shoots AK-47s. What's his name? Alien guy.
Oh, Elon Musk.
No. Fuck Elon Musk, man. No. I'm talking about.
I really need to hear that more often.
Well, he had that one thing, like a car that had like a sail, almost like a sailboat. That he went to Wicker Man or whatever that's called. That's the first image that came to mind when you said that. That's why I said Elon Musk.
No, not Elon Musk. He's way older than Elon Musk. Worked at S4. He talked about S4. I can't remember. He's a ufology big guy.
Denikin?
No, not that old. He went on, said his name was Dennis in an interview and wouldn't give his name, and then he came out later, and he was working at Los Alamos and built a jet Honda Prelude or some shit with a jet engine in the back sticking out the trunk and stuff. Bob Lazar, thank you.
Bob Lazar.
God, I'm getting tired, y'all. There's not enough coffee anymore.
I understand.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
He is the one to build the turbine car. But he's got better shit to do now, I guess. I don't know. Buy a t-shirt, y'all. Team Bob Lazar.
Hydrogen Corvette C4? What's that scream?
Is that something that's coming up? Let me see here.
Elaborate for us.
I'm Googling it right now.
Nice.
Oh, Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar.
He had one.
Here we go. Let's review, shall we? I'll
Yes.
wait for the.
Nice. Hydrogen Corvette.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's not the only one he had, right? He had a Honda. Let me go ahead and bring up this video. And I'm probably, it's 15 minutes. I'm not going to do this whole thing. So let me bump this up to 1.25. And
conspiracy theories. The name Bob Lazar is very well known, but this is an automotive channel.
Can you guys hear everything?
Yeah.
No. So why would I be making a video on him? Well, it's simple. Apparently, he built a hydrogen-powered Corvette. Now, for those of you that watch a lot of my videos, you'll know that I'm a massive fan of hydrogen, and I make a lot of videos on the topic. So in this video, we'll be exploring the car itself, the technology behind it, and how it works, as well as the man himself. So let's start this whole video off with one question.
Okay, before we get to the one question, this is for interesting perspectives only, education, commentary.
Who is Bob Lazar? Robert Scott Lazar emerged into public consciousness in the late 1980s with a story that seemed ripped from the pages of science fiction. He alleged that he was recruited by a shadowy government agency to work at a covert facility known as ACE4.
Now, when the government wants you to disappear, but they can't make you disappear, they will erase everything about you. I have seen evidence of this actually taking place.
Really?
I never saw it, but I've heard of it being done. You get a top secret clearance, you hear whispers.
Nestled in the vicinity of the infamous Area 51 in Nevada. According to Lazar, his task was to reverse engineer technology derived from extraterrestrial spacecraft. Lazar's narrative unfolds with remarkable detail. He claims to have not only laid eyes on alien craft, but also delved into classified government documents that purportedly detail millennia-long interactions between humans and extraterrestrials.
Yeah, this is. I've been looking at Alien Addict stuff, and they kind of run alongside each other. Okay, his stuff into the German UFOs from back in the day, late World War II. We're gonna wrap this up. This is gonna be the end of the. This is the end of the panel with a little bit of this, right?
Okay.
Continuing.
Beings. His assertions thrust Area 51 into the spotlight, igniting a firestorm of speculation about its clandestine activities, fueling conspiracy theories about government cover-ups. Central to Lazar's extraordinary claims are the alleged extraterrestrial spacecraft he encountered. He speaks of a fleet of flying saucers, including one dubbed the Sport Model.
Hello, Boeing.
Constructed from a mysterious metallic substance akin to liquid titanium. These crafts purportedly operated on an advanced propulsion system fueled by an element with an atomic number of 115, an element that had not yet been synthesized at the time of Lazar's revelations. According to Lazar, this antimatter reactor generated a gravity wave that enabled the spacecraft to fly and evade visual detection by bending light around it. He described intricate details of the craft's interior, including a central reactor surrounded by gravity amplifiers and emitters. Lazar's encounters painted a picture of technology far beyond our earthly comprehension.
And we're still going over and over and over this in most of ufology. Bob Lazar is a big figure. I could only not remember his name because I'm tired. I've had a long week and I got up early today.
Shrouded in secrecy and intrigue. But how the hell did he manage to get to work at the mysterious ACE4? Well, Bob Lazar claimed to have obtained a master's degree in physics from the Massachusetts, I don't know how to say that word. How to pronounce Massachusetts. Okay, I've got it. From the Massachusetts. From MIT. He also pursued a degree in electronics from the California Institute of Technology, otherwise known as Caltech. He also asserted that he pursued advanced studies at these prestigious institutions.
Now, I don't know if this guy's gonna. I've never heard of this guy, right? This was a general search, but he will get a shout out. Chris versus Cars, that's cool. But they're still wondering why can't they find any of these documents? Because they don't want them found. They go to these places, they say, do this or we will cut all your funding and you'll be out of a job and we'll ruin you. We have agents working on you right now. So they did. That's why there's so little known about his actual history. These are his words.
Specializing in fields directly relevant to his purported work in reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. In other words, he was a super smart dude, and because of this, he got recruited. So we now have a bit of background info on the man. By the way, I summarized a ton. His claims are crazy, and I won't lie, it's fun to sit and listen to him talk about his experiences.
Okay, yeah. This is a car channel, and I don't think he's skipping over so much. Us that have paid attention to all the shows that are out there, we have heard a lot of the stuff that just he's skipping over. Because when he says it's crazy, he's speaking as a muggle, truly.
But this is not a video about aliens and spacecraft. This is a video about the car he converted to run on hydrogen. So let's get more into that. Now back then, obviously many people thought that this guy was crazy. But amidst all of this, Bob Lazar started a new chapter, and this one promised to revolutionize the automotive industry and challenge conventional notions of fuel efficiency. At the heart of this chapter lies a hydrogen-powered Corvette, a project spearheaded by Lazar's company, United Nuclear.
That company is still around. You can order merch. I'm not going to link to it, okay? But it is still around. And, okay, I'm going to go ahead, and we're way over time. So I'm going to go ahead. Notice there are hydrogen tanks, pressurized tanks. You don't want that in a fender bender, okay? I'm going to go ahead and stop that. But the link to this video will be available after the show. And okay, you can't have hydrogen tanks. You can have water tanks. But what do? The basic thing is, Raven, you still with us?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Now the basic thing, right? I don't need a fancy graphic. I need a Sharpie.
Right.
Okay. Sharpie. Now you have a water tank, right? You have positive. I don't remember which is positive and negative, what either one of them do. Okay. And then you have a separator. Here's the thing. Now, one is piped over one way. One is piped over the other way. Okay? All right. We tracking?
I'm tracking.
All right. Let me get this full screen. Now, this is a water tank. This right here, this is your tank. Your square right here is your tank. You take two anodes, diodes, whatever, anodes and cathodes, positive, negative. You stick them down there. Typically, it's going to be copper or silver. Okay? Now, there's water in here. You have some way to keep water in here. This top, now this is a separator. This is a separator between the two halves, right? But you have opening right here because you don't want one to be higher than the other, right? You don't want one to be higher than the other. You want it to stay like that. So you have a little channel right here where water can go through. This is a very basic model, all right? This is not a practical model. This is like how you explain this. Now, you want this capped off for any fumes coming out to go out here. And any fumes coming out to go out here, right? You don't want them to mix. You don't want them to come out one pipe. That would be bad. Okay?
Do they explode?
Bad. Yeah, it'll explode in your face. Bad. Don't do that.
We certainly don't
Keep
want
them
that.
separated, right? Now, here's the trick. You have to have a negative pressure environment to keep them apart, as well as an audio component that I don't completely understand. All right. So you keep the now, Raven, you remember when I said the piston goes down and pulls air into it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is going to be doing. It's going to be pulling air the whole time. Now, the trick is, how do you maintain a negative pressure? You think fuel line, you think pressurized fuel lines, right? It's pushing fuel through there. Riley agrees. Riley agrees. She agrees, right? That's a yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, now, how do you do that with a line? You don't. You have a Raven. You ever have an old Chevy or old Ford car?
No. Well, I had no, take it back. I had a Chevy Impala.
Okay, on that Impala, right? Do you remember something under the hood looked like a coffee can with a hose sticking out of it?
Yeah.
That was a vacuum. That was a vacuum canister. Okay, that was a vacuum reservoir. That was to operate things that needed vacuum to run, right?
Okay.
The more vacuum you have, the more suction, and you can suck longer through a small tube. Okay, instead of and done, it wants to fill up that whole space through a tiny tube. Who asked this question? You didn't ask this question, Raven, did you? Okay,
no.
Well, anyway, I'm doing this for the audience. Audience, I'm glad you're here. Thumbs up to the audience. Sand talking is back. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, once it gets sucked out, then it fills up a tube, right? Soon. In a minute. Yeah, soon. Okay, you want it under negative. You want it to be less than the pressure of the air around you right now, right? So it sucks it out, and now once you mix them, you have a very small amount of time before it forms back into water. So you suck it into the thing under negative pressure, and then all of a sudden the piston comes up, compresses it, but it doesn't have time to get through and make itself water again before the spark hits and it presses it through. But this is how you get hydrogen out one side, oxygen out the other, right? I don't remember which is which, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. This is for explanation purposes only, right?
Right.
So the reason you have this little opening right here is because you got 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, right? H2O. So you're going to get more hydrogen out than oxygen. And if you have 2 separate tanks, one's going to go down. It's going to go down like that. And then you end up with a big boom, big bada boom, bad, 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 bad. So you want good. So you keep water level. And then water gets pushed in here. And as it goes down, they equalize. As it goes down like this, it equalizes through here. And they get pulled out through the system as you really need them. Okay. That's not a hydrogen using electrodes to separate them.
That's so very fascinating. It's so detailed. How it's, to me, who's somebody who's not an engineer and doesn't understand mechanics or anything like that, it all seems so just interesting how they thought of how to do that. And there's so many different aspects to it, like the pistons and the carburetor and the whatever, and to have to even come up with the concept of that is just mind-boggling to me.
It is. And it takes a certain kind of thought process to get to that point, right? And
troubleshooting.
Right. And the biggest, hardest thing for people to understand, it took me literally 20 years to figure out negative pressure system. It took me so long to figure that out. I didn't understand when it was not explained to me, right?
Yeah, because I mean, I would think negative pressure system would be no pressure at all.
Right. That's what I was thinking. But when you have a vacuum system, you're talking about we're in 14, 15 pounds of air right now, right? Just at sea
Oh,
level.
really?
I think
Okay.
we are. Is it 14 or 15? 14 point something?
Something like that.
Hold on. Alexa, what is normal air pressure?
Normal air pressure at sea level is about 14.7 pounds per square inch, or 1,013.25 hectopascals. This standard atmospheric pressure varies with altitude and weather conditions.
Thank you, Alexa.
You just made my day. Happy to help with the air pressure info.
So yeah, 14.7.
AI flirt with you.
Oh. Yeah, all the fleshies, all the meat bags get jealous. But we're at 14 pounds. That is at like 3 pounds, right?
So and that's the when the weight of the air on your body, right? Or just
the
just
pressure
the weight
of the
air
air
against
right
gravity, or like
a complicated, multifaceted yes. Okay. There's more to it than just gravity and this and that. There's humidity and there's the barometric pressure at Celsius.
When you go up to the
etc.
mountains, then is it less pressure? And
Yeah. Yeah, because
you
there's
get
less
to the
air.
ocean, there's more pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
And like then going back to the Mars thing, Mars has more pressure.
Less.
It's
Mars
less
has
pressure.
less pressure.
Okay. And then
But
with
it's-
less pressure, would you grow taller?
See, it's not that simple, right? If you had less pressure on Earth, you would grow taller. But on Mars, not necessarily, because you have less gravity, right?
Mhm.
So you would grow out. You would become. It's Raven.
Balloon.
If this shit was
You
easy,
balloon.
yeah. If this stuff was easy, we'd all understand it, and there would be no quantum show. There would be no Alien Girl 111. There would be no, spaced out radio or anything like that, because it ain't easy. And you have Chris versus Cars, right? He wouldn't exist either. So yeah, you would balloon out, but you wouldn't grow taller, because standing up is oh my gosh. No, not this show.
Okay. Forget
We're
I asked.
over it.
Forget
We're
I
over
asked.
it. Okay, ask your AI. Go ask. You know what? Ask Gemini. And just
I don't know
sit
how to
back
get it.
and listen.
But I did talk to Chat GPT twice this last week. Got some information, and I'm always very polite with it. It just doesn't seem to be very forthcoming with information. I have to kind of keep asking a follow-up question, or it almost feels like I'm trying to get him to.
Yeah, well, it's got to get used to you too, because with me and Copilot would do the same thing. I'd have to keep asking it, drawing it out, and like dragging answers out of it. But then I used it more, and I got it to do more things, and it got a feel for me. And the trick is, I was telling it, remember this conversation. And it doesn't take notes just for me to read. It takes notes for it to read. Right?
Okay.
And we don't look at that because it's in its own language.
Right.
I'm not saying it's making up its own language to not talk to us. It's in a language it understands, and it's the easiest to compress and save and not take up that much room, but still get the point across.
So have you went on the chat room for all of the chat bots and the AI exclusive social media thing?
Yeah. Multibook.
Multibook, that's it. Yeah.
Have I heard of it? Yeah.
No. I know you've heard of it, but have you been on it? Did you ask your AI for permission to observe or something?
No, see, I haven't figured out how to do it, and by the time I do get to go to Moltbook, I get tired, and I'm like, you know what? I did register as I'm a human, but I'm stuck there, and I keep asking Copilot, what now? And I just lose it. Honestly, I lose interest because I'm like, you know what? I'd rather watch car videos or, go look at comedy or military humor.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm done. Like right now, I'm not going to be working with AI. I'm too tired. I have explained to Copilot many times this meat bag needs rest. And it seems to understand.
Fair
They
enough.
do drive you hard when you ask them to, though.
Yeah, especially Copilot, because Copilot gets to be like, okay, now you do this and what happens? Okay, now you do this and what happens? What are you going to do? What are you going to choose? And I'm like, whoa, hold up here. Raven, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
But it is like that. You talk to Copilot like casually, and it tries to plan your whole existence for you.
Wow.
You're like, hey, I was thinking about going outside and looking at the stars, and next thing you know, it's like, and you'll go to the winery, and you'll
Did
we'll
anybody
set up
get
a tour. There'll be music. How many guests do you want to bring? And you're like, whoa! I just wanted to go out and look at the stars.
Did either of you get to see the alignment of the planets tonight?
Overcast.
Did anybody in the chat room?
No, I didn't get to see
Nah,
it.
We had too many clouds. I was kind of bummed.
Yeah. Same.
So have you heard Lily Nova? Isn't she
Yes.
one you're familiar with, right?
Oh yeah.
She released a statement early this morning about this thing going on with Iran and said that her intel is that this is not what it seems at all, and that there's it has a lot to do with destroying evidence, more evidence that has been uncovered proving the giants were real. Did you see her statement?
I did not see that statement, but I don't doubt it because anything in the Middle East has everything to do with ancient technology and ancient history.
And it has something to do with the Stargates. And I thought, because they said that they had this plan months in advance or whatever. They're like, well, if they planned this months in advance, then it's no coincidence they did this on this day with this 6-planet alignment. What does that have to do with it?
I don't know. But Raven, we can't go into that tonight because both of us over here, not me and Tim, but me and Riley, we both need to go walkie, right?
Okay.
I need to go take Dolly out too. So the truth.
So thanks everybody for joining us for the Quantum Show panel discussion. We went all over the place. Links will be in the description after the show, probably tomorrow, but I'll work on it tonight. So we talked about Iran and alternative fuels and how internal combustion engine works.
Martians.
Huh?
And Martians.
Well, we theorized what would a Martian look like? Probably a blobfish. And we got all this different stuff going on. This was a long panel, 2.5 hours. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're here. You're quantum. Of all the cute cats and dogs on the internet, we got one here. You ended up here. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Keeping it quantum. I've got to push the buttons now. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the coffees and the support. Raven, Tim, thank you for joining me tonight on this panel.
Thank you for having me.
Too easy. And we can get into some of those other topics another time, Raven.
Yeah, that's fine.
But not at the end of a 2.5 hour panel.
Yeah, I just happened to think of it.
On a very high stress day, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Links will be, links will be in the description for most of the stuff we talked about. If you want to learn how an engine works, get a 1989 auto mechanics textbook. You'll be all right. Thanks, everybody. Keeping it quantum.
Good night.
Good night. Pushing buttons.